Hello everyone, it's Natalie, and this is going to be one of my gardening series. I've been fighting birds digging up my seeds. I didn't start any of my seedlings indoors like I normally do, and so I wanted to plant everything outside, and I've been fighting birds. You see those metal cages? That's helping. I need to get more of those. But I went ahead and did something I never do. I went and bought seedlings from Fred Meyer, Kroger, okay? And we're gonna plant today lettuces. So I got some Iceberg lettuce, got red romaine. Look how big these are already. I'm not worried about them not being organic to start with, because I'm gonna grow them organically, and that's what counts, okay? No pesticides, no chemicals whatsoever, but green romaine, okay? So I'm going to show you how to plant, and I am so sorry, across the water is the SeaTac airport, and they changed their flight path. You hear this? This is what I hear every time I try to come out and film. So you're going to have to bear with the airplane noise. I'm pissed. I'm going to show you a few how to do it, and then see that squirrel in the background? I see you. I see you. Oh, look. You can't see it, but he just jumped into the trees. He knows better than be in my garden. Keeps ripping everything up. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I planted, I don't know if you can see this. I planted romaine seeds and iceberg seeds in here, and they keep digging them up. See all the holes right there? They're digging them up. So I'm going to stop fighting them. And I don't want to put a ton of wire mesh in my beds because I'm lazy and I don't want to go buy it. So we're going to plant these seedlings. Okay, let's see if I can get a good angle for you. This pretty much is a square foot. I'm going to count this as a square foot. And I'm going to put this close to the edge here. It's one of my icebergs right there. I just put my finger in the hole there. And let's take one of these bad boys out. There's going to be more than one plant in this thing. How you take these out, just squeeze right here, freaking plain. Squeeze right here. This actually has one, so that's good. And then just kind of coax it out. There's 6 in here, and I'll show you what I'll do with the other one. I want to do 1 row of iceberg. So, and now, see these roots, kind of root bound? Just give it a little tease, like this. Tease it up. And let me make sure this is one plant. It is. It's one plant. Okay? My husband wants head lettuce. Normally I do cut and come again lettuce, but he wants head lettuce. And now we're going to dig a hole. I'm hoping you can see all this. I'll see when I go to edit it. I'm going to dig a hole down there. And see, this is too deep, but there's a reason for it. I'm going to take some Job's organic all-purpose fertilizer and put it down in the planting hole. Okay? My bed is, I amended my bed after the summer. It's been covered up with wood chips all winter. This is a fertile bed. I don't need to add anything like compost to amend the soil. It's already amended. So I'm just going to take a handful like this. I don't measure. And put it in the planting hole. Looks like a lot, but that's okay. It takes time to break down. And now you don't want this touching the roots of your lettuce. So take a wood chip out. Now I'm just going to kind of mix it in. Take some of the soil I took out. Mix that in. Like that. And I'm going to put my plug in there. Okay, so look at these squirrels running across the fence. I see you. Get out of here. Get. They're just looking at me like I'm crazy. See this? I want to make sure that this is right at soil level. Okay, right here, right at soil level. See that? So, pretty good. I probably dug a little too much. Let's go like that. Put another pinch of fertilizer down in there since I added so much soil. Put it right there. Perfect. And then I'm just going to cover it back in. And I'm going to smush it down. I kind of poke alongside the plug to make sure the roots have good contact with the soil. And then I work everything else in. And give it a nice push. Firm it down in there. Okay? I don't really want the dirt on my leaves, but they'll get washed off when we water this in. So there's number 1. And I got these little baby icebergs coming up where the birds didn't get them. I'm going to leave them there because I might do something with them later. I'm going to just take some fertilizer and go around the plant, just like that. And I kind of scratch it in. That way we're getting fed on the bottom, we're getting fed on the top. So there's number 1. And now we're gonna do number 2. I'm gonna show you the spacing. So I got a marker here, which is a foot. So that marks my foot here. And then I got a marker here, so that's a foot. So I'm gonna go right here in the middle, just like that. Big stick I'm gonna throw out. This time I'm not gonna go as deep. Handful of fertilizer right in the planting hole. Mix it in. And take a plug. Pinch the bottom, kind of squeeze it to poke it up, and then pull it out right here. So and then I'm going to coax these roots just like this, just a little bit, kind of break them up a little and plunk it down in the hole just like that. And now I'm going to put the dirt back over him. Firm the soil down around it. We're also going to cover this up with wood chips, and I'll show you that later after we water. A little bit of fertilizer here around the planting hole, around the plant, just like that. That way when we water, it seeps down to the plant, just like that. There's some more iceberg coming up. I guess I wasn't patient enough. I thought the birds got them all, but they got most of them, right? So now we got a foot apart, and we're gonna just keep going down the line. I got 6 icebergs, so I might wind up putting one right here. I don't need huge heads, right? So, yeah. You know, the spacing on the seed packs and the seedling packs, they're like overdoing it on the seed spacing. I'll tell you. I do the square foot gardening method, so 1 per square foot is good. But I know I can squeeze another one in here. So I might be moving this. I'll come back when I got all the icebergs in the hole. Same way, I'm just gonna come over. I went in between these 2 tacks. I'm gonna go in between that tack and in between that tack, and that's only 4. So then I'm gonna probably put one here and one here. I might go a little closer. We'll see. Might wind up moving this so we can have even spacing, okay? So this is kind of how I garden. I'm like, okay, yeah, we need a foot apart. And then I'm like, well, I got 6 plants, so let me make it a little closer. And it'll be fine, I'll show you. We'll just cut leaves around to give air space. We'll show you later. Okay, I'll be back when I get all these in the ground. Okay, I got my iceberg lettuces in. The ones in the middle are a little closer apart. Normally I pull strings to make everything very uniform, kind of OCD with that, but not this year. We're just getting them in the ground. Now we're gonna do the romaine. Okay, with romaine, I'm gonna do a foot apart from the icebergs, okay? Trying to get as much in this bed as possible. And it's definitely doable. I'm gonna go right here. And we're gonna put 6 romaine across, the same way we did the icebergs. So I'll do one here for you. Pinch it up, see how it kind of pokes up. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so we're gonna go red for color contrast. Red, green, red. And okay, that's gonna fit in there. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put a handful of fertilizer down there. I'm gonna mix it. Okay, I'm gonna stick the plug in the way I want it facing, so no, right here. Okay, I'm gonna hold my leaves up, so I don't want to break them or get them really dirty. I'm kind of pushing the dirt back in, poking around the plug to firm the ground, and then I push, and then I pile. And I'm hoping you see this. I'm gonna stop right here, play it back, and make sure you got to see everything. First, add in there. Okay, see this leaf? It's gonna touch the ground, so I'm gonna pinch it off. I don't want disease. I'm gonna pinch those bottom leaves off like that. I'm gonna put fertilizer around the water line. The drip line is what it's called. Just a little bit for now. They're babies, so making sure it's nice and firm down into the ground there. And move on to the next one. You want to, when you're planting, you want the shortest at the front of the bed and the tallest at the back of the bed. That way no plants are shading the others out, okay? And plenty of space in between, but you can put them closer than what the tag says, which I did, and you'll see when I show you progress of these plants. So I'm gonna make this video, how to grow lettuce series, and there'll probably be 3 videos to it. Planting, when they're getting big and liquid fertilizing, and then harvesting. You don't have to harvest the whole plant. I'll show you. You need to keep it. You see that brown spot on that leaf? I don't like it, but it's in the middle, so I'm not gonna pull that out. Just leave it for now. It just got something, I don't know, a touch of frost or something. So we're gonna leave it because I only want to pull outer broken leaves off. See that? Get rid of that. It's gonna die anyways. Okay. Tease the bottom a little bit. Into the hole it goes. Hold the leaves up. Push the soil down around the ball, the root ball. Firm it down, then push on the top here, and then bring the soil around. That's all I do. And it works out really well. Make sure you have enough soil around the end of your romaine to hold that baby up. You don't want it on the ground, okay? Okay. Fertilizer around. And this will seep down and feed the roots as they get bigger, right? They're not going to always stay in that little hole. They're going to get bigger. Okay. Let's see. There they all are. Let's see better. Get a better view here. All 3 rows. We got red, green, red. No, we got green, red, green. So that's going to look pretty when they start getting big. All right, now we're going to water the plants in. We're not going to, well, we're going to soak it. We're going to soak it, and I'll show you. Okay, now we got water that's on. And I'm just going to go around the plants. I'm going to wash them too. Normally I don't like to get the leaves wet, but in the beginning I do. And they'll get propped back up, don't worry. Don't worry. Kind of going around them and on top of them. They're delicate, so be careful. It doesn't look careful, but as careful as I can get. And then we're going to firm them back up. Okay, when I'm done with this. But the point of watering a plant in is so it gets rid of any air pockets around the roots. Okay? And it gets that fertilizer going. Now that I got some water in there, let's pick these babies up that fell over. That's because they don't have enough stuff, right? Let's firm it back down. And we're going to be putting wood chips on top of this, so let's start with dirt wood chips, like combined, right? Just so I can hold this plant up and not let it get so dirty. They're going to prop themselves back up too, though. But maybe not the romaine. So I'm going to keep doing that. Now this leaf is nasty. Get rid of it. Dirt all over my leaf. That's okay. They'll get washed off. Need to turn down the pressure on my hose so it's not so strong. There's a tip. I'm pulling leaves as I go that I know are gonna rot. I'm getting rid of huge chunks of wood chips around it. All right. Let me go turn down the water and we'll water again. So, it's gonna have to do. I'm just gonna do this. Try to wash my leaves. The rain will wash them off too. It's supposed to get some. But you need to wet these wood chips so they don't blow away and start to break down and feed your plants. Keep your soil moist underneath so you don't have to water so much. Conserves water, it's very green. I'm doing it in between the rows too. The wood chips will help break down your fertilizer too, I believe. So, it's all good things. These are good things. All right, we got them all planted, covered in wood chips, and watered, and all that there's left to do is add slug bait. I'm going to use an organic slug bait. It's OMRI certified. Need to look for that when you're looking for organic products. Needs to have the OMRI certified on it. That way it's truly organic. Sluggo bait, okay? It is iron phosphate. The active ingredients are iron phosphate, 1%, and other ingredients, 99%. So, I don't know what the other are, but they don't hurt my plants. You can harvest and eat stuff. It's safe for animals and everything. So, I ripped off the ingredients thing, so I can't read you the other ingredients. Let's see. I got the camera facing the other way, so coming around here and trying to show you this Sluggo right here. Okay? My camera shut off, so I want to show you. I'm kind of using this like a selfie stick. I just took handfuls of that iron phosphate, the Sluggo, and put it in between and all around my plants and down on the ground on the edge of the bed. Okay? You can read the directions if you want, but I don't. Alright? So I just spread that out. That's a white little pellets you see down here. Okay? I put it all over. And that's because these guys are in shock and they're sending out signals, I'm sick, and the slug are going to come in and eat them. And they love lettuce. So, we want to protect them. And it's organic, so I don't mind using it. It won't hurt me. It's iron. And the other ingredients from memory are not bad. Okay? So that's it. All right, this is part 1 to how to grow lettuce in a raised bed, organic lettuce for yourself. You can do the same thing in little long trough pots. I grow 3 romaine in there. That's really close together. Or 2, you'll get nice big ones. Or you put them in separate pots and you can grow 1 head of lettuce per pot. That's always an option. You don't have to have a raised bed garden or a garden of any sort. I used to grow it on my porch in my apartment. So easy to do. And with all the gross E. coli and diseases in our food nowadays, they keep having food recalls. Grow your own. Grow your own. That's all I gotta say. If you can, do it. And I believe all of you can. If there's a will, there's a way, right? You can do it. All right, we'll be back for part 2. Here comes the planes again. Sorry. Guess how my gardening videos are going to be. There's planes in the background. Isn't it lucky me? It's great. I bet it's going to drive my house price down too. This crap. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. We're fighting it, the neighborhood anyways. So yeah, they're here. Where was I? Okay, we'll be back in about 2-3 weeks when these plants have established themselves and became sturdy in the soil and looking bigger and beautiful. Or if they haven't, if they died, I'll show you that too. Okay? I don't suspect it dying. I never had lettuce die on me before, so I don't know. Got jet fuel over my head now. Okay, I'll stop with the plane thing on the next video, I promise. And I'll try to find windows. I guess Monday is a bad day. All right, stay tuned for part 2. And we will fertilize, liquid feed this lettuce and be able to probably even eat some in a couple weeks in part 2. A little bit of leaves. Enough for one salad, maybe. We'll see. All right. Bye.